What's up, everybody? It's Big Roth TV, and I'm confusing my intros. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 26 of The Heel Turn. I am, of course, Big Roth TV, back once again with Don, Josh, and B. Kelly. Justin has he will be in. He has the link. He'll be on his way. Don't make me say which one, man.
This is the returning Seth Rollins.
It's Rollins. Okay.
It's Rollins.
Charlotte's lighter, Rollins darker.
Right. They're both being annoying right now. So get out of here. They wanted to say hi.
Justin will be in. He's going to make the hot tag, and he's going to show up as usual a little bit later. But this week,
save the day.
Yeah. This week we're going to get into the recap of the Royal Rumble so we can all praise me and say how right that I was when I made my predictions.
That's the only reason we started this one today. That's the only reason we're here today.
So he's like, I was running.
I actually was not that right. I had like one correct pick, I think.
Well, all this pick Bianca like to win.
I did. My dumbass went with. I'm so mad. I was so mad. She was in there for what, 2 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah, Alexa. Oh man, it looked promising. Lights started to go out and everything like that, and I was like, yes. And then
right out.
Yeah, and then Ripley taking that brass ring and like, nah, we ain't playing this out.
Yeah, taking my hope and my joy. Good thing I didn't put money on this, but Rhea Ripley, if she wasn't just A1, if she wasn't just top class, I'd be really mad at her.
That's the future, man. Rhea's the future.
The future is now. The future is Bianca Belair.
Yes, it is. Just like I said.
Man, dude, that was I think for the first time since Asuka winning it. No, I guess Becky had to win it that 1 year. So I guess just since Charlotte kind of messed it up last year, we're back to the women. So far, 3 out of 4 getting the right call. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think definitely. I don't know if you guys agree. I'm sure you'll tell me here, but the women's Royal Rumble this year was like miles better than the men's Royal Rumble. Like it was as far as the action is concerned, as far as I don't know, I don't want to say surprise. It felt better watching the women's Royal Rumble than it did like the men.
I did like Victoria coming back. That was awesome.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. That one I wasn't expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting Victoria. That was like one of the last names.
I didn't know if she was still working with Impact or what. I haven't heard anything about her in a while. So, but yeah, that was great. I used to love Victoria. She was my number one back in the day.
Yeah, and she looked good.
Yeah, she really does.
Looked like she might still be able to go a little bit.
Yeah, these girls are not aging at all. I don't know what they're drinking, but I need to start sipping on that because I'm getting older every day.
They're probably getting apples from Carlito. I don't know.
Carlito came back looking jacked, bro.
We'll definitely get into him. I was gonna say we'll get into him because that boy is jacked. I'll never remember him being that big before.
Yeah, no, not at all. Apples. There's something in those apples.
Yeah, I saw Carlito in the club enjoying something natural, but it wasn't an apple. But where do we want to start? Are we going to start the women? We're going to continue with the women?
Yeah, the women's rumble I think that's a good place to start because I think it was, like you were saying, I do think it was better. They had storylines all the way throughout. Like even, just starting off with Bayley as number 1, I thought was a great choice. And then having Bianca come in right after number 3. That's why I got worried. That's why I was like, okay, Bianca's not winning it because number 3, besides Ric Flair, doesn't last very long. So, yeah, you had the storylines throughout the match, starting at the beginning. You had Naomi come back. I know that was a big one for you. Started blowing up the group chat as soon as the lights went dark.
Yeah.
I know you were singing it to yourself too.
Hey, man. I might have got up and spun around a little bit.
I already know you was.
Well, I
Get their
never want to
money
go to an access with you, Henderson, because I'm afraid you're going to come down that ramp to Naomi.
I'm sliding, man. I'm getting my
Yeah.
knee pads and I'm sliding.
all the way. Got the neon wig and everything.
That's my girl. And she totally. How do we look at this? How do we look at this? I know we said the Iron Woman or Iron Man is the person who lasts the longest but doesn't win it.
Yeah.
But technically, Bianca was the Iron Woman.
Yeah, and she got the W. So
Yeah. I guess sometimes they mesh together. But
So-
I guess
Would the runner-up Iron Woman be Naomi? Because she was in it for what, 47, 46 minutes?
something like that. Yeah, because Bianca was in there for 50. I think she said 56.
Yeah, almost an hour.
Almost an hour. Yeah. So have to get the exact numbers there. But yeah, I think Naomi would be the Iron Woman for that. Just barely squeaking out our pick of Rhea being it.
Yep.
I think just by default she had what, almost 15 minutes on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Who
So
did you have, Brian? Who did you have
I had Bailey.
as Iron Woman?
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
a good shout. It was a good shout, especially since you started number
I mean,
one.
what she lasted 20, almost 30 minutes before she got tossed.
Before we had to watch a replay of her getting tossed.
That was
Yeah.
that was kind of weak. Yeah.
They do this every year. They do this every year since 2016. We miss out on like a huge pivotal moment in the Rumble. No matter which one it is, we miss out on it, from AJ Styles debuting, which I will never get over. I will never be okay with how I missed that one. And then last year they had Edge's return, and they just missed the Dolph Ziggler spear.
Yep.
I think they went ahead and edited as it's back on the WWE Network or whatever. But yeah, and then this year, the most important probably elimination besides the Rhea one at the end, we missed Bianca eliminating Bailey.
Yeah. But see, but then they catch moments that they're not supposed to catch, like Bianca's feet hitting the ground.
Right. Yeah.
What I didn't understand was Naomi went out of the ring, yet laying on her back, but she kept her feet in the air.
Yeah.
Doesn't that still count as an elimination?
Nah,
Like,
feet have to hit the ground.
They're getting ridiculous with that. That's literally, oh man, I hated that one. So look, we ran out of ideas. It's fine. We don't have to have a spectacular. What we go like 20 years before that even happened.
Mhm.
We don't need one every year. A spectacular save, I guess.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Remember Kofi went out that year and his feet were like he landed on the pancakes and they counted that.
That was great. That was.
oh my
fantastic.
God, I forgot all about
That
that.
was fantastic. He
Oh,
was
God.
saved by pancakes.
That's
All right.
They're your feet. Yeah, I mean, they didn't hit the ground. I mean, the pancakes were on the ground.
All right, but that's different than going belly up like a freaking dead possum like Naomi had to do.
But her feet didn't. They've clearly stated since what was it, 88?
Both
Both
90. Well, no, because they didn't have a real clear
Yeah,
ruling.
they said you have to get thrown over the top ropes and both feet must hit the ground. It's been the rules from the beginning.
Yeah, but
They didn't make concrete rules until you had
Right.
Bret Hart and Luger go over.
But that's
Exactly.
because back in those days, could you imagine Hacksaw getting thrown over the top ropes and trying to hang on?
When
No,
he
he
didn't
couldn't.
use his 2x4 to pogo stick his ass back in there. I don't want it. I don't want it then.
hold that thought. Hold that
I
thought.
don't want to see your damn. Okay, fine. I'm gonna keep going.
Please don't tell me he's gonna go get the 2x4.
I
Yeah.
know.
Holy shit, he is.
Glorified the paperweight.
Hacksaw comes back in there with this. That'd be great.
It would have been great if he just didn't think about it at the time because there were no concrete rules yet. Macho Man eliminated himself because he didn't know, and he didn't really know the rules.
Which one? You talking about with Yoko?
At the end where
No.
he gave the elbow to no, we're talking about a different one. I was like,
He did-
I know he
did
elbowed Yokozuna and tried to pin him,
try to
and then
pin him.
Yoko
But there was
kicked
another
out
one-
threw him over.
There was another one where he gets on the top rope and then just jumps out. Tries to take somebody out.
I don't remember that one.
That one.
I know. What's his name? What was his name? like the biggest mass wrestler in Mexico ever, but he did the same thing.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one because they brought that up or whatever because they literally showed him like 3 or 4 times jumping out of people.
Right? Yeah.
So
So they have to every year now. They have to be very specific with the rules, but the landing on your back and literally every part except for your big toe touching the ground. I don't know if I'm okay with like okay, get back in the ring.
Hey, if you can somehow land on your back or your head or do a handstand from one end of the ring to the other ring like Kofi, however you got to get back in there. If you can do this without your feet touching, then you're in the match still. This is how this works.
Fine. I just think it was more impressive that what's his name almost caught AJ Styles. I think that was a more impressive save than Naomi's original attempt. The pulling in by the hair, that was cool. But just my feet didn't touch. Yeah, that wasn't doing it for me.
I liked her. I like both Bianca near eliminate. Well, she got nearly eliminated like 17 times in this match.
I don't know how many times she hung from them ropes.
It was like every time you saw her on camera, she was hanging on for dear life. But I like the spot where her and Naomi both upside down. I like them also doing the flips, like flipping each other from one.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I thought that was a great spot. I liked Rhea and Bianca at the end, like both nearly being out, and then hey, chill, let's get back.
Yeah.
That was a great spot because that also puts the focus on okay, these two are about to be a big deal here in the future. We need them to be a big deal too because we're gonna discuss this for anybody who may be watching. We're gonna discuss this here in a few weeks. We're gonna discuss the 4 horsewomen, but we need more than just the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah,
I think those two are two that can do this until Big Mama Cool comes up.
Yeah, overall, that was probably the better of the 2 Rumbles. I definitely agree with that. I will say that a few things left me kind of sour, like Lana returning and not really getting any. Sure, she kind of dumped Nia over the top rope, but then she went and did like the dumbest thing ever and tried to team with Natty.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody teams with Natty. That's just she turns her back on everybody, especially in the Rumble every year. She did it to Beth last year. She was lost half her blood. So like just do some research.
Natty's turned more times than Big Show.
That's a lot of turns.
There's a lot of turns.
God.
Coming back in, and then I didn't like Charlotte coming in at 15 and just she came in and she just wrecked house and literally destroyed Rhea for like a good 5 minutes.
Yep.
They still haven't learned their lesson. They could have had Rhea come in and just smack her right there. Didn't have to eliminate her right away because it made for a more interesting final 3. But yeah, she just got steamrolled as soon as she walked in. Rhea got steamrolled by Charlotte.
I personally would have liked to see Rhea toss Charlotte early on some revenge shit. Not like you cost me my Mania moment, boom, toss her, and then now we got a feud. Now we're here with these two. With instant.
On that flip side, though, I mean, like the way they did that bit afterwards, they're showing Charlotte. She's just got that smile on her face, knowing that all the younger talent's still in the ring, and she's gonna have future competition. That's kind of how that felt to me. And she wasn't upset. She was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
That was a good, hopefully, slight passing of the torch moment.
I doubt that. No.
I saw her say in the interview that, like, she was praising Bianca and saying like how good Bianca is, and they've had like little interaction, but she's trying to like stay away from her and save that moment for a good time later on, and then they finally have their big moment. So maybe that's what this was, is to keep them apart. But I still want to see I still want to see Rhea get her comeuppance on Charlotte. I feel like they screwed that over last year. I get it. Charlotte equals ratings, and NXT needed some ratings on Wednesday night. and you put the gold on the star. I get that. I get it 100%. But damn, man, you could have made a star. You could have
Right.
made one right there with
Right.
Rhea beating Charlotte.
You got to look at it too. I mean, because you took the belt off of Rhea during that Mania match, the NXT belt at that,
Mhm.
and just for Charlotte to drop it in what, like a month, and
Yeah,
it felt
without
like it was
taking-
like, so what was the purpose?
without taking the pin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. But unfortunately, we got to wait till WrestleMania to settle the Charlotte versus Lacey Evans feud. We're gonna have to watch, before we have another wrestling wedding, Ric Flair marrying Lacey Evans, who both aren't actually married in real life, thank God.
They are both married in real life.
I know it was sarcasm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad they brought her daughter into canon, right? They were like, when they were trying to make Lacey Evans a baby face, they're like, I'm fighting for my daughter, and I
Yeah.
want her to have a role model and someone to look up to. And an adulteress is really who the young women should be trying to get behind. And just, I guess, sleep your way to the top is what they were going for there. Is what they're going for. in this storyline.
America.
it's what they've been doing for years anyway.
This is how things work out here, man. You're not brand new.
I mean, maybe not the best message sent to the young, at least her daughter.
Nah,
Far
don't.
be it from the rest of the world.
I had looking back at my picks just so we can see how wrong I was, because I started off saying before we started that this is going to be a praise me, I was right episode. I was completely wrong. Other than my pick to win the women's, I was completely wrong. I had Rhea as my Iron Woman, Bianca winning, but I had Alundra Blaze coming back as a surprise based off of her previous interview, and nothing, no sign of that at all. That was like the biggest wrong pick of everybody.
I would say we all missed out on our surprise picks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I was swinging for a long shot. I knew damn well mine didn't have a chance, but
Yeah. I was hoping more than anything that Kelly was going to be the one to get picked, but
Nobody.
he didn't show up.
I don't think anybody was right on the surprise pick. I can't remember what Justin said.
I think
he said
just
just somebody from NXT.
He said
Oh.
an NXT star. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean, technically, there was
I guess
Tony Storm was in it.
that was cool.
Shotzi.
That one, not so much.
Who else?
My feelings are hurt that they tossed Shotzi's the first one to get tossed in the Rumble period. And it was like, for what? Like, I mean, it's like you didn't let her do anything and she was out of it.
Dang, my girl, I can't even think of her name.
Ember Moon.
Ember was in it, yeah.
Yeah.
What's my other with Big Mama Cool? Why am I drawing
Dakota
a
Kai.
Dakota? Why was I that was kicking my ass right now?
She also got dumped. She also got dumped too quick.
Yep.
Definitely. She had more to get. I think she came in at like 24 and was out before 26 was. So
Yeah.
Oh.
There, Brian. I think Brian's frozen.
in the perfect facial form.
The death stare right now.
You know what freaked me out so much right now is if just a little smirk came up. Nothing on his face, but like
Oh, he's
like a
back.
little smile.
He's back.
Oh man, yeah, I'd freak out. Oh, it's the same.
What? Oh man.
Yo, you were frozen, and then your eyes did this with nothing else moving.
Sorry, guys.
Pretty great.
I was about to be like, well, that's gonna end the show.
Just cut off and just have Brian's face just staring at the just full screen. Brian's face.
Yeah, so do we want to go to the men?
Sure. We can talk a little bit about the men's rumble just because I don't know. I like that Edge won it, but I'm just I feel like it's a missed opportunity kind of the more I watch it and the more that they're doing with like him on SmackDown and everything, I think Cesaro was perfect timing to go ahead and pick up that win there.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Frozen again.
he'll be back.
I don't understand. Like, I really don't think Edge needed the rub. I don't think Edge needed that win. You could have Edge go back to Mania, get the belt back. His whole story is, I didn't lose. I never lost the belt. So, okay,
Right.
fight Drew
Right.
McIntyre and get
Well,
the belt back.
the belt that he never lost doesn't exist anymore. So let's get that out the way.
That's right. It was the world, the ultimately the Universal title.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to say it, but because Roman's doing such great work with it, but the secondary belt,
Yeah.
So yeah, the title he won or he gave up doesn't exist anymore. I think it was more just because Michael Cole was loving himself. He was loving it. He was like, on this day, 10 years ago or whatever it was, to the day that he won the Rumble and everything like that. And then I think it's going to be at Mania is going to be, is it 10 years to the day that he actually relinquished the belt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but my internet broke because there's breaking news. Doug Flutie is the 24/7 champion.
Yes.
What?
Yes, I did see that.
Wait a minute
as well.
What?
I don't know where he won it, but he looks like he's on a beach.
Doug Flutie that's telling people to take this medicine so you can work out once you're over the age of 40, and that your lady's gonna like it too.
It's obviously working.
A shocker in the sand. Doug Flutie pinned Celeb Sweat flag football teammate Ron Killings to win the 24/7 title at halftime.
Oh man, when did he win it back? When did R-Truth get it back?
It was like the next night, right?
Okay. I must have been on Raw. Like I said, I was in the desert for a week, so
yeah.
I didn't have service.
That title needs to go away.
He won it back the next night.
Yeah. Are we in agreement that the 24/7 title needs to go away?
Yes. It's the worst. It's the most meaningless title probably ever I don't want to say ever. They had some pretty stupid ones. But yeah, just be done with it and get rid of it and everything like that. The fact that they thought it was a good idea to have that run in during the women's match was, to me, another slap in the face.
I think that was the worst part of what was the better Rumble. Like
right.
That, and maybe Alexa getting tossed so quickly, but that could have happened in the men's Rumble.
It could have.
And it would have made more sense. You have all the men rushing down. I get, okay, you let Alicia Fox get a 24/7 victory.
Get the 24/7 rub.
Yeah, just a little bit, but beyond that, they didn't need to do that.
She didn't even get to hit her Northern Light suplex.
Nah, Foxy looked good though. Foxy, she looks like, I don't want to say that, she looked clean, or I don't know how any of her personal life is, but
right.
She looked like she could still be out there with everybody else, man.
Yeah, it was good to see her. It was good to see her. The main thing about that. Yeah. But yeah, 24/7 in the trash. Needs to be retired after this year. No, I'm sorry, before this year ends. Excuse me.
Yeah, because Truth is like a 50-time champion.
Yeah. This is just for comment. This is just for giggles now.
Yeah.
I mean, it always was kind of, but now it's getting ridiculous.
I don't know. It was great when he had little Crash Holly after that hardcore title all the time.
Yeah, but they were doing hardcore things with it. And it was at the beginning of this 24/7 thing, it was creative. But now it's just roll up Truth. Somebody stupid wins it. By the end of the night, Truth wins it back, if not immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
Tozawa getting eaten by a shark was great. That's A1 right there. You can't write better wrestling storylines than that. For everybody that says wrestling is fake, I mean, yeah, I've seen Tozawa recently, but I haven't seen him in person since he was eaten by a shark.
Yeah. We don't know if that's really him.
I don't
It could
know.
all be filmed.
It could be one of his ninjas. We don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect storytelling. But yeah, back to the men's rumble. Yeah, I just think that I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one in that. I know you picked Cesaro,
I did.
but I just think he was the right one to win it that night. I will give a quick shout out though to Damian Priest, who they tried to make look like seemed like a legitimate contender in that one. He got like 5 or 6 eliminations.
Yeah. Hell of a debut.
Including taking out
They
Kane.
they tried they had him eliminate Kane at that. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Kane made that surprise. I'm glad to know that the mayor of Knox County could make an appearance at the Royal Rumble. But
I hope everything is good in Knoxville County or Knoxville, because I don't know. I assume that either things are going great and that's why he can show up here, or he's really just neglecting all his mayoral duties. I'm here for either. I'm just excited to think that he's just in his office, just brooding all the time and just getting calls from Stephanie McMahon.
well, like you guys probably read, I made sure I messaged it out. So the Hurricane makes an appearance. Shane, that's not Shane Helms because he works for AEW. I was like, what the hell was that?
That's what I remember. You put that in there. Yeah, that was a little weird.
But see, like on Twitter, he says, I don't follow him. I don't know how I saw this message, but he says that him and is it Casey? I can't pronounce the last name. NXT did the save with the legs around the post.
You're talking about what are you talking about? Casey Catanzaro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that when I guess Montez or somebody was having the issue getting back to when I guess he might have been locked out or something. It was some issue, and Hurricane and Casey had to go let Montez in so he could watch the Rumble and see Bianca win it. So I think it really was him.
Huh.
Unless it was, I don't know. Unless it was a fake him. I don't know.
I don't know. I think Gregory Helms owns the rights to that gimmick, so I don't think WWE would risk throwing somebody else out there. Literally,
I mean that's kind of what I thought, but I mean it was like I can't imagine them just letting somebody who works for AEW just roll up on in for a one-off.
Like, well, they did Billy Gunn.
That's true. Oh, they did.
But that was
At that time though, was he?
Yeah, he was signed.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah,
yeah, he was signed.
Triple H had made mention of it.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember at the Hall of Fame ceremony or something like that. He made a rib at it. Yeah.
Right, but they had already. I think by that time they had already signed him. I don't know if AEW had launched their date yet, but I think he was already signed.
He was already signed. Dynamite hadn't started yet, but he was already signed to the company.
Right.
Maybe that was why. But yeah,
a little different.
I don't understand why Cesaro is like. There has to be a point with this Cesaro push right now. Like,
right.
He beat Daniel Bryan clean on SmackDown
twice.
Last 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Beat him clean. Tapped him out.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think it's because his contract renewal was coming up, so they were trying to like, hey, we'll give you a couple wins. Keep signing with us.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't know. For me, you'd have to give him a title shot, like an actual world title shot to keep him.
He deserves one. Back, I remember when we had the whole Cesaro section thing going, and everything. He was on fire, and then they just killed it. I was like, what? I get it. He doesn't
do everything.
He doesn't speak well, and Vince McMahon can't stand it.
Put him with Paul Heyman.
Didn't they try?
They did that one time. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta let that.
They gave that awful tornado siren warning.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's finally got some good music.
Yeah,
I miss his James Bond theme.
Yeah, that was
all right.
That was all
right. It just once they started adding the siren to it, because that's how it would start, right? It would start off with the siren and then the.
Oh no, I'm talking like early Cesaro and WWE. Like he had like this legitimate, like it was a James Bond song.
Oh really?
Yeah, like go back and look. I want to say check like 2012 ish, somewhere back that way. Like his music back then was way different.
It
was always rap, yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. I agree
Yeah.
with that. I remember that. It was like when he debuted with what was her name? Oksana.
Yeah, Oksana. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his theme music at that point was banging.
She was banging.
Good job.
Hey man, I like to throw you guys a swerve every now and again.
Yeah.
Did we all pick Daniel Bryan as the Iron Man?
No, I did not. I picked AJ Styles.
He did. No, I picked Daniel Bryan.
I did. I picked Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan was my win choice.
He was kind of the Iron Man though.
Yeah, I don't remember what number he came in at, but
he was there for a good while.
Yeah.
He was there. Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else. I think because AJ was in for a little bit, but once they outsmarted almost, he was gone.
We need to talk about that big bastard because holy crap, that guy is humongous.
He is.
I did like how he was just grabbing people as soon as they got close to the rope and just yanking them over. That was hilarious.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that part.
I thought that was great. The only thing I will say about that is, okay, AJ, you have almost out here. So why didn't Mustafa Ali have his entire gang surround the ring and catch him every time he was trying to go out?
Because there was a reckoning of COVID.
I see what you did there.
Like that. Slid it in there. Yeah, which is also the big, I don't know, probably the biggest disappointment. Keith Lee couldn't be there for this Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big letdown. Big letdown on my side. But yeah, I did like almost just grab it. I know it's because it was Big E, and I know how you are with Big E and everything like that, but I thought it was hilarious. He just ripped them out over the top rope. And
as big as Big E is, too, it made it look like he was just pulling me out the ring. Like
that's what I'm saying, yeah. It's like grabbing a child. Like, get your ass over here.
Speaking of that as well, I didn't know how much I wanted the match to happen until Big E and Lashley squared off in the middle of that damn ring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, we need to have this happen, like, now.
Yes, yesterday. We have to have this now yesterday. Oh, man.
I think was it Big E or was it? There's a few Big E angles that they started at the Rumble. One of which was the Lashley one, and Lashley said, "You hold on to your belt till Survivor Series, and we'll settle this." Like, I'm like, don't make them wait. That's the end of the year. Like, we got till that. Like, we can do it right now.
Run. Lashley would have held her for over a year if that happens.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that. Maybe not hold it all the way through, but definitely, if nothing else, by Survivor Series, the belts have to be on Lashley and Big E.
Yeah. And then
unless they're both world champs.
The other one
as world champs, as world champions.
That'd be great. I'm all for that. 100%. The other angle was Christian.
That went with a tear in my eye when Christian came out. That was one of that's bullshit is what it is. Because do you understand like how big of a crowd reaction that would have gotten?
Yeah.
That's the one right there for the entire, because you could see him holding back tears just walking down to like screens, to computer screens. Could you imagine if the crowd was there chanting Christian with the peeps section? Oh, that would have been.
I don't know if you guys saw it. Like shortly after the Rumble was off the air, they always do the memes or whatever with the movie Interstellar, and Matthew McConaughey's character just like looking, and like he starts like gradually smiling and like kind of laughing, like he's super happy. They like clipped that with Christian coming in. I was like, that's about the most accurate description you can have for this thing.
Yeah, they I guess when Christian originally got injured and was forced to retire, he was due for an Intercontinental title shot against Big E. And now Christian's back, although the rumors are saying that he's going to be back on like a part-time schedule. He's not a full-time competitor. But they're like, oh, well, if Christian's back, then it's time to cash in on that Intercontinental title shot.
Like, yeah, like we never left. Pick right back up.
here we are, 7 years later. Just get back into it.
That's what they
Hey,
do.
Miz, just keep waiting over there. You're not gonna do anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they do with Goldberg every year. I was like, hey, 20 years later, let's jump right back into it. It's like we never left.
I'm glad that he got Claymored out of there.
Oh, thank God! Like, oh,
Y'all lying right now if you didn't think just for like a split second that Goldberg was taking.
no, yeah. When he got speared and jackhammered, I was like, oh crap, they're doing this.
I was like, you were about to. My whole night
Especially if it
was
happened with that jackhammer, one of the worst ones he's ever done.
That was a terrible jackhammer. You're right.
Yeah. Poor Drew. Drew gave it his all. He was trying to make it look good and everything like that. Did a big ass jump for Goldberg, and he still just drops him.
When I was watching it at first, I was like, okay, let's go ahead. I was sitting back like this. All right, Drew, just go ahead and get rid of this match. Make this fast. And then when he went up to the jackhammer, I was like,
like I was ready in group chat to be like, I am done watching the Royal Rumble. It's not I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I put my phone down and I had the praying hands instantly. Please.
I was about to start the cancel WWE Network hashtag again. Bring that back.
Yeah, I was.
No, but
Thank
I mean,
$9.99, you can watch your favorite wrestlers get screwed over.
I've never been a bigger Drew McIntyre fan until this one day.
Yeah, I like how Goldberg afterward tried to play it off like, good job. You passed the test. Shut up, old man. Got your ass.
You were weird, buddy.
Get your ass up.
No test.
Where you going?
Couldn't even wear real wrestling shorts anymore.
Yeah. Like I knew he was gonna lose from the tights. He didn't even have his regular gear. He came out in basketball shorts, some Goldberg basketball shorts. I was like, this is not that kind of event, man.
Nice.
I'm just gonna go to the gym. What do you guys think about Sheamus turning on Drew?
I mean, we saw everybody had to have seen that coming, right? It's right. Sheamus. He don't trust nobody except Cesaro, and Cesaro turned on him.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. It's gonna be the feud up to Elimination Chamber, and then we'll see who Edge picks for Mania. Oh wait, there's another one in between there, isn't there? They got Fastlane.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got Fastlane. Yeah,
I think
they got Fastlane.
Though.
For what?
For there to be a second one, because when is Elimination Chamber? They haven't even announced it yet.
It's in March.
So we're not gonna have.
No. It should be later on this month, actually, February.
So we either a March.
Either Chamber's gonna happen in March or Chamber's gonna happen in February, and then Fastlane's gonna be the other one.
No, we can't have another March event.
I don't want it, but it's going to happen. They've got it set up for Fastlane.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it.
Do you think here's a line of thinking I've been thinking since Sheamus turned is, do you all think that they have Sheamus beat Drew so that it's a heel versus face Edge, or do you think we have face versus face at Mania?
I don't even think Edge is going for the Raw Championship, so it doesn't.
I think you're going to see Edge versus Reigns.
Yeah, the spear off, the real one that we wanted, the real spear off.
I thought that for just a second when Roman is fire on the mic all of a sudden.
Yeah, he doesn't need Paul Heyman, which is great. Literally, he just stands there just looking like a child that couldn't be happier to be in his situation until like Roman like looks at him and then he's,
my bad, I didn't need it.
Why did you even go to Monday Night Raw in NXT? You don't respect me. I was like, damn, he don't respect you, does he?
Yeah. That's what I had my wife on the couch. She's like, why is he mad? Why is he mad at Paul? I was like, I don't know. I think we're just all mad at Paul. Man, fuck you, Paul.
And then
he had nothing to do with it, but Roman had me convinced it was Paul Heyman's fault.
Yeah.
And you saw the Oos back there behind him this time around.
Get him! You better get him! I'm like, why are we getting anybody right now?
Yeah, man.
I'm shocked
that's why I
the
think
other
we're going.
boost isn't back yet. That's the biggest shock for me.
They're saving him for something. I don't know what. I thought it would have been at the Rumble, but I mean, obviously, I guess we can't talk about a Rumble recap and not recap the botch that happened with the Universal Championship match. Aside from that botch, though, like let's just be real. That match was fire
It
from
was.
start to
It
finish.
was.
It was.
Just, I mean, all will start up until right before the finish.
That
Like my man, like we as wrestling fans are conditioned to whenever we see a forklift to just start shaking in fear because of what stupid outcome can come from it. This man, Kevin Owens, took our biggest industrial fear when it comes to wrestling and made just, I think he put that forklift way too high, honestly. I was like, Kev, stop it. You ever been around a forklift? Those things get up there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that man climbed up on there and just hit the most beautiful spot. I literally thought Roman was dead.
Yeah, I think it was a little too high. I do agree with that.
I was watching, I was like, stop it. Now you just get on the forklift. We're gonna be impressed. You didn't have to go that high. But round of applause for him for doing that. Like putting his body on the line for my entertainment.
The main thing, I was like this a lot during the Royal Rumble. God, no, don't, God, don't let him miss, please. He's too high up there. But I didn't think, that's not what I was thinking was going to happen with the forklift. I was thinking he was going to use it to keep him down.
Right.
So I was like, okay, forklift.
One of those typical plays.
That's what I was expecting. Not him climbing and.
It would have, it makes sense. Like, if you have a forklift, do that to keep somebody down. It makes sense. But that was what, the Mankind Rock? That's what happened with Mankind Rock? Yeah. So, not to say it's been done so much. It's just, that's not how I wanted it to end. It makes sense to end it like that if you're smart, but that's not what I wanted to see. I did like Kev also going through a golf cart. That was cool.
That was great. That was great.
Yeah. And I will give credit where credit is due. The camera shot on that was fantastic because just out of nowhere, just real cartoonish, he just comes in and just smacks him. And
I hated that they showed the other angle of it on the replay. They should have just left that alone.
Right.
But whatever.
Add a little realism to it. I liked it all the way through. Just again up until the finish.
I even like that. During the finish, like right before the finish, ref's about to count. Roman pulls the ref, smacks shit out of his head. Everything. I was like, "That's great. That's great." But then it was like, "Paul, you need to get in there and unlock like right now while the ref is down."
Yeah. That was the worst part of the match is that the ref just miscellaneously. I'm gonna stop counting at 6 because I don't think he's gonna get uncuffed. I was like, what are we doing? Like,
right. Every other time,
but Roman did get back on his feet before all that happened, which is fine, but blatantly didn't do it well in time.
Yeah,
all they had to do was wait for him to get uncuffed to send in a ref, and then even then, like the refs are always told, or as far as we understand, the refs are told to call it like a shoot. So if he couldn't get the handcuffs off, Kevin Owens would be our new Universal Champion. But then, I mean, obviously, you had to.
Roman gets it right back. Like you change it.
Yeah, I get why you wouldn't want to do that. Kind of diminishes it a little bit.
But
go back to the old days. Look at the replay. I was definitely not down.
yeah. I had a foot up.
Yeah.
I think you could have given KO the belt. It looks believable at this point. Like he looks just as much of a badass as Roman does. To me, like KO, you couldn't have had a better feud, like a better dance partner than KO right now. I kind of wanted that to end at Rumble. It's like, all right, we've had this for like 3 months now, and it's time to move on. But if you watch SmackDown, then it doesn't look like it's quite over yet.
Right. Which is why, like I'm saying, we got at least 2 more pay-per-views before Mania to fill up. So,
does Cesaro get in there at any point before Mania?
No.
unless Edge decides to face McIntyre, and then Cesaro wins Chamber.
He'll probably be in the Chamber
Yeah,
if
he's
you want to
in the
count
chamber.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be in the Chamber because I can see them setting it up for some reason. In my head, fantasy booking going. Adam Pearce comes back right before Chamber. Says, Roman, you're an asshole. You're going in the Chamber. You're going against Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and maybe Big E. I haven't figured out that fifth person yet. But you got those four because you already got like the storyline between Cesaro, Nakamura, and Bryan. That'll implode in the Chamber. And then, of course, you got Kevin Owens just lingering around making Roman Reigns out of hell. Actually, the fifth member might be Jey Uso.
Yeah, for like protection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could see that. And that'd be a cool little story like, oh, like Jey could possibly win the title. Like Roman's knocked out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jey could roll over and pin him and then fight for the title. So there's some cool things you can do in that scenario, but that's what I see if Cesaro's even going to sniff the belt this year or before Mania. I
just don't see, like, if Edge goes and he faces Roman, then who does Drew face? Exactly. Like it has to be Drew. Like there's if Edge doesn't face, if Edge faces Drew, okay, we're good. We have that lineup set. On SmackDown, now we just got to decide Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke, whoever. There's like a list of people that you can go through on SmackDown. But on Raw, we're about to have the Sheamus fight like next month. So, or end of this month, later this month. So if it's not Edge, who does Drew face? Keith Lee?
Taker in a boneyard match?
Oh my God. Don't have me doing this again at Mania. Let's not do that. So I don't know who else. I don't know who else Drew faces.
Maybe The Miz cashes in.
And headlines.
I can see him doing that after Chamber.
And headlines. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe says, hey,
Cesaro gets the belt, cash in, Miz.
I think before Miz cashes, I think Morrison is going to cost Miz somehow, which is going to lead to their feud, their split and their feud. That's how I see that happening.
They need to hurry up and break that up because they're wasting Morrison.
Yeah, they're wasting both of them.
Yeah, they're funny though. I like them. They're funny.
I think it's weird. I think it was funnier in the beginning with the hey ho ho and all that. I think that was funnier. I think now it's like, okay, you guys should be doing something else at this point. They should probably at least be in the tag title scene. That or go singles and be in the mid card titles. Like give Lashley and Big E something else to do. Even though Big E that match was great on SmackDown, the Intercontinental and the Intercontinental title match, that was a good match.
Yeah,
good ass match. Right. We need more of that going forward to push that Intercontinental title. I do want to come in here, and I don't know if I want to say I want to apologize, Josh, but I do want to say after watching AEW this week that. Man, Phoenix is the man, dude. God, that guy's the man. I was watching this match, and everything he did, I was just impressed. I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, like the entire match, I was doing that. I can see why you feel the need to apologize because you should. And we all knew Phoenix was, in a tier of his own right now. He's probably the best wrestler, if not on in AEW on the planet, you know what I'm saying? But you need to apologize, and you'll see when he comes back, for your slanderous, just disrespect of Penta. That's what you need to apologize for. Penta is... Don't fucking do it. Just keep it to yourself. Apologize when he comes back. You'll see.
He's a great. He's
Who's? Let's think of a different. I'm not gonna say he's Stevie Ray. He's not Marty Jannetty. Let's think of a better tag team, a more modern day tag team.
He's the Bobby Roode, the Dolph Ziggler.
That might be even more of an insult.
That's not fair. I love the Dirty Dogs with an A.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. They're both
Dirty
previous
Dogs.
world champions.
They got a banging new theme song too.
Actually, Brian, that might not be a bad comparison. Now that
There you go.
that might not be so bad.
That means that you're saying Ray Phoenix is Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
Dolph is
Even though,
actually really good
even
at
though on
taking his
paper everybody would think Penta would be Dolph and Phoenix would be Rude, but in reality it's the opposite world.
I don't know.
Well,
Y'all
you might be onto something here,
disrespecting my
man.
man Penta.
You might be on something here.
I'm gonna show up on one of these episodes one day just in a Penta mask. And just, you're not. I'm just gonna jump in like Justin does, and you're gonna ask me like, what's going on? I'll be like, what? I'm here. Not acknowledge it.
Penta is I almost said he's Billy Gunn.
So what?
But I don't know who's the other end of that. So Road Dogg
I would
was
say
better
that-
than
Do we go back to the Chuck and Billy joke?
Chuck Palumbo? Yeah. That's what,
who's
you're
yeah, I can't think of a better tag team right
you're
now. The Shield. There's one. There we are. No. We can't be.
Well, I was like,
That would
which
be
tag
Roman.
team is set up?
He's Ambrose. Penta is Ambrose.
Oh no.
He's not the better one of the team. The other half of that team is going to be a star, and he's just good.
Ambrose was a star.
He's
You
not a real star. He's not a star.
You're just haters.
He is not Seth Rollins.
Speaking of Ambrose, he didn't like his little Bullet Club introduction there on AEW.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
So there you go. Good segue. Fuck you. We'll be back to Penta. The forbidden door has been unlocked, and we're now here. AEW and New Japan are going to be a thing. It's written. It's written in the stars, and I'm so ready for this.
Real quick, we got a question from my guy Coop DeVille. Says, who's you guys all-time greatest tag team? Who's our favorite tag team ever? Brian, I'll let you start with that one.
Favorite ever? I'm gonna be honest with you, this is not gonna be a surprise one. My favorite ever was obviously the Dudley Boys.
Dudley's.
And of course, that's kind of a lame pick in all honesty, but that's what I grew up on right there. I was a little bit past like Heart Foundation and everything like that.
Yep.
I was Attitude Era when I was younger. So
we're in the same era, but go ahead, Josh.
I'm gonna have to agree with him. It'd probably be the Dudleys just because that was the one time that WWE ever cared about tag team wrestling. So I'll go ahead and say the Dudleys also, because it's a toss-up between obviously the Dudleys and the Hardys. But if you gun to my head, who would I have gone with? Devon, get your own damn table, Bubba. God damn it.
Mine. First thought that came to mind is Harlem Heat. Of course, Booker and Stevie, 10-time champs, baby, one of the greatest tag teams ever. But if I'm gonna keep it going, I'm still, my answer is Harlem Heat. But a very, 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 very close second. Oh, what a rush! LOD, baby, Legion of Doom.
It's a good shout.
I love Hawk and Animal. I just feel like they didn't get, especially at the end there.
No, don't. Hawk and
we
Animal,
don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about the Titantron fall. We don't want to.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest tag teams of all time. You send them out like I didn't like the ending, but them in WCW, them in WWF early on. Legion of Doom, man.
Yeah, back when they were territory hopping, they literally rolled in, whooped ass, left, went to another one, did the exact same thing.
Somebody's ass in the next area.
I don't know, man. Legion of Doom's good shout, but they were too big of politics behind the scenes. They never wanted to lose to anybody. So I get it. They probably shouldn't have at some points, but you gotta give the rub to some other kids every now and again. So, and actually, by the time everything's up, by the time everything's all said and done, I think actually it'll be the New Day.
I think you just ruined this whole show right there because now he's not going to shut up.
I think it'll be either the New Day or, depending on how they go, the New Day and the Usos. That'll be the greatest 2 tag teams ever.
I'm not mad about either of those two. No. I think both of those two can pass my. The New Day might be on the verge of it already, but I just think like I still got to give the slightest of edge to Harlem Heat because I remember them even as the Ebony Express before they even came to WCW. That was when I first saw Booker. So, yeah, I mean Booker and Stevie Ray way back. This is when wrestling. This is hey. This is back when wrestling was on ESPN. Like wrestling would come on ESPN.
You are old.
Hey man, I'm not that old. So yeah. But what were we talking about? We were talking about the Bullet Club.
We're talking about Kenta showing up in AEW.
Hideo Itami.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't disrespect the man like that.
I was looking at him. I was like, why do I know that face? I was like, oh, it's Hideo.
Oh my god.
To watch him put Moxley to sleep, and it was great.
It's great. That's a great way to end the show.
It was a good way to end the show. Stop hating on Moxley, both of you.
Hey! I don't hate on Moxley. Like the rest
know
of
what you were doing. Don't pander.
I gotta keep throwing some shade at him because you've been pissing me off lately.
You know what? He didn't even sign my belt. I don't know why I don't like Moxley.
Get over it. I can't say that to Justin. Justin will never get over it. He has every right to. But I don't know what you
no issue with Moxley, really. Nothing. He did nothing to me.
That's what I'm saying. You're just hating to hate.
He was my least favorite of the Shield. I will say that much.
Sure,
it was Roman, Seth, then him.
Well, early on, Roman was my least favorite early on, and then it started turning to Ambrose.
I think I had Seth first when he first turned heel. I was like, oh, heel turn. Yes. And then it kind of was like, I like Roman better. I like the bigger one better. I'll stick with Roman. We got another question. Can you guys see these questions?
Yes. Yeah. Ultimate Warrior.
All time. Where do I rank them? Top 10, top 20?
I couldn't care less. I wasn't around for the Ultimate Warrior. The only thing I know about him was that he was a racist, homophobic asshole. That's all I know about him.
You didn't grow up around the time seeing them live, so you just caught the bad end of everything.
Right, yeah. Just caught the real dude. And all the stories you hear, I mean, I get it for the people that grew up with Warrior paint on their face and everything like that. That's probably, that was a highlight of their young childhood when it comes to wrestling and stuff like that. Don't want to speak on anybody's childhood or anything like that. But no, you could be amazing in the ring and everything, which he wasn't, but you could be an icon in the ring, but find out later that the dude was just a terrible person. It's hard for me to separate that because I never had that connection to him in the first place. I don't think the Warrior Award should be a thing.
I don't either. I really don't either. But I don't know. It was good to see him run out and he was all the colorful and powerful and everything. But I equate him and Sting together because they started out together and both wore the face paint. And if I'm going to choose between the two, I'm always 9 times out of 10, maybe 10 times out of 10, I'm picking Sting.
Picking the Stinger.
Sting was the better one of the two. That's not to talk bad about the man, and he's passed away now, but I always preferred Sting over Warrior.
I don't care.
Like, I mean, if, all the stuff outside of the ring and everything, strictly on in ring, I don't think he's even in my top 50. In all honesty,
Damn.
Yeah, like I mean, like the whole running out to the ring thing was great, but he was always awful to me in the ring. Like if his match went longer than 3 to 5 minutes, he was winded and it was awful.
So he was Goldberg before Goldberg got old.
Yeah, he was Goldberg before Goldberg.
Right.
I mean, like, let's be honest. He ended the longest intercontinental streak at that time by Honky Tonk Man in what, 12 seconds or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like,
that.
and you're just like, really? Like, that's how we're going to end this?
Why was Honky Tonk Man the longest reigning?
This is the Honky Tonk Man.
He's the Honky Tonk Man. What do you mean?
Dude, like, I still do the dance.
You had Brett. You had Brett. You had Sean. Oh, well, those guys were young at the time. Okay.
They couldn't touch Honky Tonk at the time.
You had Perfect at that time, though.
Couldn't touch it.
No, I thought Perfect was well after that part in time.
I thought he came like right around that time. No?
No.
Perfect came in the 90s, like early 90s.
Well, you still had Ted DiBiase then?
Late 80s. I think 88 is when he showed up.
Why couldn't
like 88, 89, Perfect started showing up.
Why couldn't Ted DiBiase be the Intercontinental Champion?
Because Ted DiBiase was too good doing what he did. He was the $1 million champion.
Right.
I don't know. I don't necessarily. I watched a lot of matches, and I can't think of a single Honky Tonk Man match that made me say, "This guy's good."
Because there is none.
Yeah, but you can think of one where you watched Ultimate Warrior and thought, "This guy's good."
Yes, as a kid.
Oh my God, get over yourself.
I already know where he's going. He's going right to Hogan Warrior.
No. I'm saying the Warrior as a kid, because that's what WWE was marketed to at that time, early 90s, that era. It's to us well, not you, you weren't born yet, but us, Brian, it was marketed to us at that time, and that's what we wanted to see. We're buying action figures, and you want the colorful one that has the muscles doing this and all that. So Warrior, for me, at 6, or how old was I? 7, when he's fighting Papa Shango and he's throwing up and he's on the table and he's all this crazy.
Why do we got to bring that up? Oh my God!
Like, all this stuff was cool to me as a little kid. It took me as I'm older and I understand a little bit more about wrestling, and I'm watching moves, and I like the more technical aspect of wrestling as I'm a little older. I was like, damn, that dude sucked. I don't know why I liked him 7 years ago, but it made sense back at that time.
You painted your face way too much as a kid.
It was because it was Sting. It was the crow paint.
Yeah. Okay.
I had the crow paint back then.
Had the vibrant crow paint.
Back me up, Brian. Back me up. It was Sting.
Like, if you're talking, are you talking early Sting or are you talking coming back Sting?
Yeah, early American Sting.
Or early American
from High
Blood. Oh man.
To
High Top Blonde.
That was my guy.
High Top Blonde Sting facing Vader, always a favorite.
Yeah, I love Sting. I didn't like that match. I did like that match, but I didn't as a kid because I also like Vader. Like, so it was kind of like two of my favorites going at it, and Vader beat the shit out of Sting. Like, God, leave Vader. Vader destroyed everybody, man, except for Ron Simmons the first time.
Yeah, you got that championship win.
Yeah. Vader used to hit, so Vader made me think, around that time you're starting to find out like wrestling's probably not real and all this stuff. But Vader hit people so damn hard that you're like, how the hell was that fake? There's no way that was fake. The dude's ribs are like caving in. Like, he punched that motherfucker so hard. You had to think. Right. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on Vader at the time. But yeah, I don't know. I always pick Sting in that situation. What's up, Wishbone?
No? I don't know. I feel like we got off on that tangent. I don't know. Just quick, I guess. How did y'all see the AEW thing playing out? Like, you excited for the New Japan stuff and everything like that, which looks like it's going to?
If they really do kind of a cross promotion between the two, where we're getting, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a bunch of people on that roster that I want to see Will Ospreay face. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, definitely want to see Will Ospreay in the ring with a bunch of those fools too. Man, Will Ospreay versus Ray Phoenix. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
All my money, all of my money.
Will Ospreay versus the other guy though, that I can't even think of his name that we were just talking about.
Fuck you.
There's the hate again.
I would watch that too. I would take all.
Yeah, I would watch that.
You're the only person who doesn't see. Go watch some of his singles work. You know what? I'm not getting into it with you. I'm not getting into it. No. All right. The fact is, right now we got 3 of the biggest promotions in the world, and they're coming together. And I'm looking forward to whatever this massive pay-per-view is going to be. That is going to. It's coming up on the horizon. I don't know. Do they do it at All Out? I imagine it'd probably be like an All Out kind of thing.
Probably.
But there has to be some kind of rumblings and saying that fans are coming back. There's no way they throw on this huge 3 branded or not 3 branded, brands, shows, companies.
Well, I mean,
3 companies.
Right now, like the only thing that doesn't work in our favor about the 2 brands clashing is that the only reason maybe that they threw this angle in there was Moxley is he is champion over there in New Japan, and Kenta's due a title shot and he keeps ducking him. So
yeah.
I thought that was dope. I got the eye on the briefcase. This is what Miz should be doing. This is what Miz should be doing. I have the briefcase. Y'all keep just like ignoring me like I'm a comedy thing. Kenta just shows up like, look, I'm the
we go to a fight, man.
I don't care if you don't come to Japan. I'm coming to you. I'm gonna put you to sleep. I'm taking a flight to you, right? That was great to me.
Yeah. That's how it should be done.
At all times, if I'm the champion, if you're the champion and somebody has a briefcase, you need to realize that there's a target on your back. And Moxley's just out there celebrating. Yeah, I won the match or whatever's happening.
He was getting ready to beat up Kenny Omega. What are you talking about? He was celebrating. He was about to whoop his ass.
Yeah, and then you just get the shit beat out of you. This is good TV.
I mean, what was he supposed to do?
This is good TV.
It is really good TV.
Somebody should have came with one of these. Just beat Moxley over the head. I don't know why I don't like Moxley. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
But do you think, because they announced a bunch of, like, for the women's tournament, so is that a part of this too? Or
yeah,
because some of those names I didn't recognize as part of, like,
there was the women's tournament. There's a lot of Japanese female wrestlers on it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's a whole half of the bracket is Japanese, so it's going to be the Japanese number one, or the Japanese winner versus the American.
But are those Japanese women? Are they New Japan, or is it just?
I don't know if they're on New Japan. Because
I have to look over it again and see who's who. So
yeah, because I could be very wrong on this, very ignorant of it, but I don't believe New Japan itself actually has any female wrestlers.
No, they don't. I think it's
Stardom.
Yeah, Stardom.
Stardom. It's like New Japan is its own wrestling, and they own Stardom, but Stardom and New Japan never mix it up.
What?
So yeah, so you'll never see, like, on a New Japan pay-per-view any of the Stardom wrestlers. They have their own show, they have their own brand, their own everything. So
now, I mean, you can go back and watch like interpromotional stuff, but it's not like branded by either one. It's just usually like you can see like these other matches, like heck, I mean, back when Asuka was over there wrestling, she's got some great matches over there, intergender matches with other wrestlers. That, you know, it's like, damn, you know, that's why I have such high praise that she was legit over there, and she was legit when she came here, and then they just kind of watered that down, bastards.
Yeah, did her dirty. But yeah, super excited for that. It looks like their women's division's finally picking up.
I had a question for you guys before we get up out of here. Why the hell is Doc Gallows' head so red? Did you all notice that his head it looked like something was wrong with it?
Is really what you want to end on? You better watch it, man. You better be careful. You're going to end up just like Doc Gallows here in a minute.
I said, why is this man's head so red? He looks jacked. He looks in the best shape that I've seen him in a long time.
It's all that time outside in that Georgia and Florida sun, man. That's all that is.
I was like, the tan looks good. The tan on the arms, the tattoos are glistening. I was like, this guy's looking in great shape. But then I look at his head when he took the hat off. I said, why is it so red? I think about the dumbest things when I watch a wrestling.
I was like, you always count on Raph to find the most minute detail and zero in on it.
Superman kicks. Before we get out of here,
The best segment of the week.
I took a picture of Superman kicks. Boom, right here. Right there.
All right, there you go. Okay, stop it. There you go.
Right there.
Yep. Our tribal chief was rocking the Space Jams this week.
Yeah.
Probably the 2016 drop, honestly. I don't think he would have gone too far back. And
you can't wear them older ones.
The old ones, nope.
Yeah.
But still, was looking clean. That was literally when I started the Friday Night SmackDown. I was up against the screen just
What is he wearing?
What is he wearing? Back off. Telling the camera guys, back up.
Would you believe that I messed my pair of those up?
Oh, Fight Like Roman?
In Spain. Like, you remember my door, the front door, we had the screen door, and then like I opened up the screen door and I was coming in the house. I opened up the other doors coming in, and the screen door came back too quick and it like scuffed the front, like on the side. Oh. And I was like, oh no, like I had just went outside to take the picture, like the clean on feet picture and everything.
You always have that.
I said, damn, Spain, you Spain. Nah, let me stop. You got me. Your doors got me. Nah. But yeah. Good. Edge was wearing something too. I thought they were ones and I couldn't.
Yeah, I was trying to see them. I don't think they might have been some customized kind of, maybe some Converse or something like that, but they were like it had the old WWE, the Attitude Era, but WWE logo on it. So,
I was looking hard as hell at Edge's shoes, man.
I was too. I was like, ooh, a twofer this week.
Edge has now entered the Superman kicks.
Yeah. He sees the heel turn every week. He's like, I could do that. I could be, bro. Yeah.
So I think Roman is sharing it for us now. He's sharing it on his Instagram because he knows we're doing this segment every week.
That's why we love him. That's why he can sit at my table anytime.
You guys got anything?
That's why he's the chief.
You guys got anything else to go on?
Anything to plug? Nope. Penta's not Stevie Ray. And
he's Rick Steiner, man. I'm giving him credit.
We'll see when he comes back. That's going to be my closing argument every week. Is Penta is underrated and I hate you.
Brian, Rick Steiner was great for his time, right?
Rick Steiner, you have to go back and watch when he wasn't a tag wrestler. When he wasn't tag wrestling and stuff, early stuff, they were great. And then he just predominantly became a tag wrestler. I was like, we kind of wasted him on that stuff.
There you go.
So he said he was good. He was.
I'm not saying he wasn't good. He was good, but I felt like they spent so many years wasting him and Scott, like just in a tag team format. Don't get me wrong, the Steiners were a good tag team, but they both could have had way good singles runs back then.
Do you remember Rick Solo though? Are you old enough to remember? You're not that much.
I've seen plenty of the stuff solo. Like I've gone back and watched that stuff. I mean, I do love my wrestling. I go back and watch that old stuff still.
So Penta and Rick Steiner, that's
that kind of answers that question.
There's two arguments that could be debated on this show at all times: is how much Moxley sucks, and then the Pentas. I don't hate Penta. I'm just saying he's he's a step above Stevie and Marty. That's all I'm saying. He's not.
Well, I think that ended that.
We can go ahead and wrap it up right there.
Yes, sir.
Brian, thanks for coming out again. You're pretty much a part of the team now, man. So if ever
It's not a problem, man. If I can be on, man, I'll be on for you.
If look who's back. Look who's back. Look who wants to come back.
Apparently he does have fear. He left.
I knocked over the phone.
We're just wrapping it up, but if ever you're available, Brian, you're on the team now, man. So
I appreciate it, guys.
We're gonna get you in on all future heel turns if you're available.
For sure.
But we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. That'll do it for this week. Thank you all for watching. If you all tuned in, thanks for the comments, Coupe DeVille. We appreciate it. We will try to be back next week. We don't like to make guarantees, but we'll try to be here. Thank you all once again, and we'll holler at you all in the next one. Peace. Penta Sox.